Good day to all. We are discuss about the functions of Reserve Bank of India. Functions of RBI, the India Central Bank, Reserve Bank of India, being an apex court of the central, enjoys emotions, power and functions under banking system in India. It has monopoly over the issue of bank notes and monetary system of the country. These power and functions as to issue of bank notes and currency system are governed by the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Besides it, the Banking Regulation Act 1949 also empowers certain power and functions of the Reserve Bank of India. Next one, main functions of RBI. The main functions are those functions which very central bank each nation performs all over the world. Basically, these functions are in line with the objectives with which the banking setup. It includes fundamental functions of the central bank. They comprise the following tasks. Next one, issue of currency notes. The RBI has the sole right or authority of monopoly of issuing currency notes except 1 rupee note and coin, smaller denominations. These currency notes are legal tender issued by the RBI. Currently, it is a denomination of rupees 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500 and 1000. The RBI has powers not only to issue and withdraw but even to exchange these currency notes for other denominations. It issues these notes against the security of gold bullion, foreign securities, rupees coins, exchange bills and promissory notes and government of India bonds. Next one, banker to other banks. The RBI, being an apex monetary institutions, has obligatory powers to guide, help and direct other commercial banks in the country. The RBI can control the value of the bank's reserve, allow other banks to create credit in that proportions. Every commercial bank has to maintain a part of their reserve which its patents wise. The RBI similarly in need or urgency, these banks approach the RBI of fund. This is called the lender of the last resort. Next one, banker to the government. The RBI the RBI, being the apex of monetary body, has to work as an agent of the central and state government. It performs the various banking functions such as accept deposit, taxes and make payments on behalf of the government. It works as a representative of the government even the international levels. It maintains government accounts, provides financial advice to the government. It managing government public debt and monitoring foreign exchange reserves on behalf of the government. It provides overdraft facilities to the government when it phases of financial crunches. Exchange rate management. It is the essential functions of the Reserve Bank of India in order to maintain stability in the external value of rupee, it has the prepare domestic policies in that directions. Also, it needs to prepare and implementation of the foreign exchange rate policy, which will help in attaining the exchange rate stability. In order to maintain the exchange rate stability, it has to bring demand and supply of the foreign currencies close to each other. Next one, credit control functions. Credit control functions. Commercial bank in the country creates credit according to the demand in the economy. But if this credit creation unchecked or unregulated, then it leads the economic to the inflationary cycle. And the other credit creation is below required limit. Is below required is below required limit, then the harms the growth of the economy. As a central bank, the nations of the RBI has to look for growth which price stability. This it regulates the credit creation capacity of commercial bank by using the various credit control system. Supervisory functions. The Reserve Bank of India has been endowed the powers for supervising the banking system in the country. It has powers to issue license for setting up new banks, to open new branches, to decide minimum reserves, to inspect functioning of commercial banks in India and abroad, and guide and direct the commercial banks in India. It can have periodically inspections and audit of the commercial banks in India. Next one, development and promotional functions. The development and promotional functions of Reserve Bank of India, along with the routine and traditional functions, central banks, especially in the developing country like India, have to perform numerous functions. These functions are country-specific functions, can change according to the requirements of that country. The Reserve Bank of India has been performing as a promoter of the financial system since it is inspection. Some of the major development functions of the Reserve Bank of India are maintained below. First one is development of financial system. The financial system comprises the financial institutions, the financial markets and financial instruments. The sound and efficient financial system is a preconditions of the required economic development of the nations. The Reserve Bank of India has encouraged establishment of main banking and non-banking institutions cater to credit requirements of diverse sectors of the development and financial system. Development of agriculture. In an agrarian economic like ours, the Reserve Bank of India has to provide special attention for the credit need of agriculture and allied activities. It has successfully rendered service in this direction by increasing the flow of credit to this sector. It has earlier the Agricultural Refinance and Development Corporation ARDC to look after the credit, National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development of NABARD, and Regional Rural Banks means RRBS. Next one is provisions of industrial finance. Rapid industrial growth is the key to foster economic development. In this regard, the adequate and timely availability of credit to small and medium large industries is very significant. In this regard, to the RBI has always been instrument in setting up special financial institutions such as ICICI Limited, IDBI, SBBI, and Exim Bank, etc. Next one, provisions of training. The RBI has always trained to provide essential training to the staff of the banking industry. The Reserve Bank of India has set up the bankers training colleges at several policies: National Institute of Bank Management, NIBM Bank Staff Colleges, and BSc and College of Agricultural Banking. Next one, collection of data. Being the apex of monetary and authority of the country, the Reserve Bank of India collects the process and statistical data on several topics. It includes interest rate, inflation, savings, and investment. This data provides quite useful to researchers and policy makers. Publications of the report. The Reserve Bank of has separate publication division. These division collection and publish data on several sectors of the economy. The reports and bulletins are regulated by published by the Reserve Bank of India. It includes Reserve Bank of India weekly reports, annual report, and trend and progress of the commercial bank. This information is made available to the public chapter. Next one, promotions of banking habit. As an apex organization, the RBI has tries to promote the banking habits in the country. It institutions savings and takes measures for an expansion of the banking network. It has set up many institutions such as the Deposit Insurance Corporation 1962, UTA 1964, IDBI 1964, NABARD 1982, NHP 1988. These organizations develop and promote banking habits among the people. During economic reforms, it has taken by incentive for encouraging and promoting of banking in India, promotion of export through refinance. The Reserve Bank of India always tries to encourage the facilities for providing finance for foreign trade, especially exports from India. The export and import India and export credit guarantee corporations are supported by the RBI. Next one, supervisory functions. Supervisories of RBI. The Reserve Bank also perform many supervisory functions. It has authority to regulate and administrate the entire banking financial system. Some it is supervisory functions are given below: granting license to bank. The Reserve Bank of India grants license to banks for carrying its business. License is also given for opening extension counters, new branches, even to close down existing of new branches. Next one, bank inspections. The bank inspections means directions of the promote manner without undue risk. In addition to this, it can ask to periodical information from banks on various components of asset and liabilities. Control over the NBFI, non-bank financial institution, are not influenced by the working of monetary policies. However, the RBI has to issue directives to the inspection. It can control NBFI implementation of the deposit insurance scheme. The Reserve Bank of India has set up the Deposit Insurance Guarantee Corporation in order to protect the deposits of small depositors. All bank deposits below rupees 1 lakh are insured with the corporation. The Reserve Bank of India work to implement the deposit insurance scheme in case the bank of the failure. Okay, students, thank you.